Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306 back with another review video. This time we're looking at a Cinpusen pair of wireless headphones. This actually has a neat trick up its sleeve. It kind of combines two other genres of headphones I've reviewed in the past. This guy currently goes on sale for, I believe it's like 30 bucks, and then there's like a 10% off coupon on the Amazon sales link, which you'll find in the description below. That's as of filming. That may change by the time I get this video up. We'll see. So anyway, the neat thing that this does, which I've reviewed a couple headphones that do this, they have a radio frequency dongle. So this actually additionally has Bluetooth. The problem with Bluetooth headphones a lot of times is you get a lot more latency, and there's also kind of weird finicky things related to Bluetooth. By having both Bluetooth and RF, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get the convenience, the wide compatibility of Bluetooth, but also if you want to game on this, which these are obviously marketed for gaming, you can actually get much lower latency. I think RF actually has longer range as well. And generally, it's a bit more immune to like dropouts due to like congestion on your 2.4 gigahertz band. I don't know exactly what frequency it uses, but I know Bluetooth has a lot of overhead, and it overlaps like perfectly with Wi-Fi, which is why a lot of times if you're using it in like an office or a place where like a lot of Wi-Fi networks are kind of all crowded together and a lot of devices are trying to talk to Wi-Fi, you'll get issues with Bluetooth. And it occasionally does happen at my workplace. Like pretty much everyone has Bluetooth devices on all the time. So yeah, it's nice having the ability to just plug straight in and not have to worry about pairing or connections or anything. So anyway, yeah, like I said, it says low latency gaming. It has a extendable, they call it stretchable, microphone. We'll have to definitely do a test on that, see how good the good or bad the sound quality on that is. It says 3 connection modes because it also has an auxiliary input. Thank you. So this is cheap and super like convenient in terms of you can pick any kind of connection mode you want. So if these sound good and are comfortable, then these will be perfect for me. It says 230 grams lightweight, and the box is actually, yeah, it's pretty light. The box is pretty small. I was expecting these to be much larger because, I mean, if you look at them, you'd expect them, so they must collapse, and I can kind of see a hinge mechanism in there. So we'll have to see. So in addition here, it says wireless gaming, TV, PC Plus, Mac, mobile. I believe this also will work with like pretty much any game console with at least the USB side. Auxiliary, of course, will work with anything because it's universal. But I believe this dongle just shows up like a USB sound card, so pretty much anything that can use a USB audio source will be able to work with this wirelessly. So that's really cool. No Bluetooth necessary. It says 360 surround, low latency again. So anyway, we'll just get into it. It does come in a couple colors. Looks like they sent me the black and black ones, which are the default. Here, yeah, there you go. Which is the default color, but it also comes in black and red, white and pink, green and black, and blue and black. So let's just get into it. We have our obligatory package of goodies, which I always like to see. You never have too many spare USB cords and headphone jack cords and all that kind of stuff. A little manual here. It's UG-01 is the model number, and that says M8 for some reason. It's one of these roadmap style accordion manuals. I hate these. So we do get a USB-C cable. Yes, USB-C. I was scared for a minute. I thought it looked kind of micro-ish. I hate micro USB now. It's about 2 feet long, so decently long. Cable quality is meh. It's okay. It'll get you through. It'll be good enough to charge your device. We have a very nice aux cable, much nicer than the USB cable. It's like this braided cloth material sort of thing going on. And this is 4-pole because it does pass the microphone through, so that's really good. And yeah, looks like gold plating, I want to say. There you go. And the length is pretty good. It's like about 4 feet, maybe a little more. So yeah, that's pretty good. I like this. I will definitely use this. And last but not least, we have the dongle, which it shows the LED that shows you like it being connected and powered. Shines through this kind of keyring thing. I like that they put a keyring on it. And there is a button, I guess, for pairing. So you could just stick this on your keyring. That's really cool. It does come with the plastic cover for the cap. And yeah, it's just USB. It's small, it's unobtrusive. Uh, yeah, I like the design of that. We have the headphones themselves and air. So yeah, they're wrapped in this little protective thing, and I can already feel they're very soft. Huge ear pads. So yeah, these are over ear, which I much prefer. Ooh, that's interesting. They're over ear as opposed to on ear headphones. On ear headphones are smaller generally, but they're less comfortable, and you get better noise isolation with like passive noise isolation with these on ears, and this is super plush. I'm really liking the foam padding on this. Let's see. Let's give it the test if you can remove this without damaging anything. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like you can. There's no like rim. I think it just goes straight into the material, and if I pull it out, then I'll never be able to get it back in. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with this is not made to be user replaceable, which is really a shame. So when these ear pads go, and it's only an eventuality, you're gonna have a heck of a time. You could probably get replacements, and you could probably pull the old ones off, but you're probably gonna have to kind of take apart the ear cup to get the new ones on, which is, yeah, that's a shame. The hinge mechanism actually clicks. So it clicks into like the fully locked position. Both sides do that. So yeah, it actually squeezes to pretty small shape. Pretty good design. There is a really nice supple like they said, protein leather, whatever the heck that means. Uh, Banding on the top here, and nice kind of red black accent colors. You got the red material cloth on the inside so that your ear doesn't scrape directly against like the speaker diaphragm. And yeah, they're not marked left right, but I'm gonna guess because the mic is here that this is the left side, this is the right side. Speaking of the mic, it has an LED indicator to show you when it's on. There's a little hole on the end, and the whole thing, yeah, extends pretty nicely. It's fully articulatable, and when you're done with it, you just push it back in. That's a really nice design, and it's pretty smooth too. And it stows away like unobtrusively, but easy enough to pull out. I like that design. Looks like what might be some kind of honeycomb venting, but no, there's no venting to the outside. These are going to be closed back headphones. We do have their logo on the side here, and the model number is the UG-01. These look like metal, but they're plastic. Everything is plastic. Headphones do have stretchage, but seeing as plastic, I wouldn't really, try to push it too far. If I really wanted to, I could probably just snap these. Gonna try not to do that. Interestingly enough, we do have the wires going to the actual ear cups actually poke out through. There's a indent cut in this like swivel arm, and they just poke through a little bit like that. And full extension, you only get about an inch on each side, it looks like. So you get maybe 2 inches if of between max and min extension. So hopefully your head's not too big and or too small. Well, probably not going to be an issue too small, but too big might be an issue. There is articulation up and down, which is good to see. None left and right though, and that tells me there might be a comfort issue because your ears aren't perfectly parallel with the sides of your face. The band does have a little bit of give left and right, but not nearly as much articulation as you're probably going to need. We'll see how that affects comfort. Nice silver trim. We have the USB-C port, the auxiliary input jack, And here we have, let's see, power, like a charging indication light hole, or probably power indication as well. M for mode, and a nice big analog volume control. Very nice. Smooth, lets you adjust the volume. Yeah, I like those. It's not digital, it doesn't click in or anything like that. And yeah, that's your lot. I guess all that's really left is, let's just see if this has some power left in it.
Power on.
I just heard it say power on, and it's in pairing mode now. So yeah, and the mic does light up too. That looks actually pretty nice. It's subtle, but yeah, it's pretty easy definitely to see if the headphones are on or not just from that. But yeah, I'm gonna actually pair this up, use these. Let's just shut this off.
Power on.
Power off. Pretty loud. um, yeah, well, I have the volume up all the way, I guess. But yeah, let me just take these to work, use them for at least a week or two, and get back to you guys on my findings. Okay, so it's been about a little over 2 weeks for me. And these headphones, so let's just get this out of the way. These are not going to be even comparable to like high-end headphones. These are a $30-ish pair of headphones. I would say they do a little bit better performance-wise than that price would suggest, but I would say they're pretty close to what you'd expect for a $30-ish pair of headphones. In general, this is actually a pretty good deal if you're on a budget. I've seen far worse in this price range. So things that I like about this, they're actually fairly comfortable. These are over-ear headphones. They're actually really soft and plush, and there's also like the sort of memory foam. It's not memory foam, but it's foam on the top of the head strap. And these are actually pretty comfortable. They do a decent job of not clamping your head. After a while, they kind of have the problem because this is like the I don't think this is real leather. It's like the vegan leather, I think, or something like that. Pleather. It does tend to trap moisture kind of within your ears. And after about, I would say, like an hour and a half of wearing these, you kind of do need to take them off to let your ears breathe. It's not a comfort thing, at least for me. So that's at least good. The articulation up down is great. I wish that there's no articulation sideways. There's a little bit of slop because of the hinge design, but it doesn't really rotate horizontally. I would say that these are very good if they could just rotate the ear pads left and right a little bit, or I guess forward and backwards while it's on your head. That would make these even more comfortable. But these are pretty good. I would give these like a 4 out of 5 in terms of comfort. For connection, I give these a 5 out of 5. Bluetooth, I've never had an issue. It paired right up. It connected. As soon as I turn these on, it repairs and connects to the last device. Range is pretty decent. It's in line with like pretty much every other Bluetooth device I've used. And battery life is also pretty decent. I've ran these off of one charge for like a week and a half before I had to recharge them. I don't know how many hours. It's the way that I work, I have to take these on and off like various times of the day because I have coworkers I need to talk to, I have meetings I need to go to, et cetera, et cetera. But I would say on average per day I was listening, I don't know, like probably 4-ish hours, not all in one go, but in various spurts. And yeah, over the course of like I would say a week and a half, so that would be like maybe 7 days, 7 business days, ran just fine. I only had to charge these once so far actually. So things that I don't quite like about it, they do feel a little bit cheap and plasticky in terms of like the construction. I'm not so sure how long this sliding mechanism is going to last, and it does kind of worry me the way that it almost looks like it pinches this wire, and that wire is on either side that connects the two sides of the headphones, so that could be an issue. I can't say if that definitely will be an issue until I actually use these for like a year or two. Yeah, it kind of feels cheap, plasticky. The places that actually really matter to me though, like the parts that touch your head, feel great. So I would say if you did have to cheap out on certain parts, they chose the right parts to cheap out on and spent the money where you would really benefit from it. The mechanism for the mic, I really like that it just like retracts easily, and you can kind of set it in any position, and like there's a metal armature. Uh, Something I don't like every single time you turn this on, so you can mute the mic. So the power button here, if you press and hold, it'll turn on,
Power on.
and you hear it say power on. And the fact that this mic is lit red, you would think that means mute, but that actually means that the mic is on. And no matter what state you put this in, the next time you turn it on, it automatically sets the mic to on, which is kind of a bit annoying. I wish it remembered what state. Turn on and off that, you just press the mode button, which is the one next to the power button.
Microphone mute.
And it said microphone mute, and then it turned off the LED. And if I click it again,
Microphone on.
it turns it back on.
Hey there, YouTube. This is SJM4306. I'm testing the Cinpusen UG-01, I think is the model number. This is currently connected to my phone via Bluetooth, and I'm recording using the Samsung voice recorder app, recording over Bluetooth mic. And keep in mind, this is only recording at 256K BPS MP3, but this should give you a pretty good indication of what the rough audio quality should sound like, at least wirelessly. Okay, so we are doing the exact same test pretty much. Same headset, except for now I'm using the wired connection, and I'm recording to my tablet because it's the only device that still has a headphone jack. I know, crazy, right? So yeah, recording, this is actually in LPCM. I think it's like 700 and some kbps, so it should be significantly higher quality than over Bluetooth. So let's see how this sounds.
I do really like the
Power on.
connectivity, the fact that it has USB-C, it seems to charge decently fast as well. And this does report remaining battery life over Bluetooth. So if you connect this to your computer or your Android, or I guess iOS does it as well, tablet, it will report how much remaining battery life there is in increments of, I think, like 5% or something like that. So that's pretty cool. The auxiliary input is very useful as well. One thing I will say, the Bluetooth codec on this seems to be SBC, and it doesn't seem to be particularly high. So the sound quality over Bluetooth sounds okay, but I would not say it sounds fantastic. Now, if you want better sound quality, definitely go with this RF dongle here. This RF dongle, speaking of which, show you how to change mode. So this is in Bluetooth mode. Luckily, it does remember which connection mode you use. So this dongle has a little button here, which is for pairing. I've never actually had to use that. It just connects straight away, so never had that problem. So we're gonna insert it into, pretend this is a computer. It starts flashing kind of this teal color, which is really nice through like the headphone loop thing. And if we turn it on, it'll try to connect over Bluetooth when we first turn it on. And if you press and hold the mode button, it'll switch connection modes.
Dongle mode.
Now it said dongle mode, and it connected in like half a second. This stopped blinking, and it is connected. So if this were plugged into a computer, this would just show up as like a USB sound card. The dongle definitely sounds noticeably better. Probably latency, I don't have a way of really testing this, but latency is almost definitely better as well, just because there's way less overhead in RF versus Bluetooth. Bluetooth is not known for low latency, generally without compromising sound quality. One thing I will say on the topic of sound quality, hopefully you like bass. This is a little bit bass heavy. I wouldn't say this is excessively bass heavy, but definitely it's tuned, with a higher bass level. The mids are decent. The highs could do a little work with. They sound better. They probably sound the best, I would say, with the auxiliary jack, and then the RF is very close behind. A lot of these headphones seem to do that. They have some kind of processing going on with the Bluetooth to like boost the bass frequencies to try to sound punchy or fun or whatever. But as soon as you plug in the headphone jack, it turns off all the electronic portion, and it just acts as a regular wired pair of headphones, and they're a lot more balanced over the auxiliary jack. So that's just how these are kind of tuned to work now. I love that they fold down to a fairly small package, pretty unintrusive, and you can easily shove this in a backpack or whatever. I love that. Love the giant volume control. It's easy to feel on your head, and you can get really fine. It's smooth, continuous analog control. You can feel it. Would maybe have liked if this had transport controls. There's no way to actually like pause your music or change tracks or anything, but at least the volume is controllable on the headphones, so I can kind of forgive those extra features. It would have been nice maybe to have like extra buttons, like 3 buttons on here for track skip and then play pause. So yeah, what do I really think of these? Overall, I think these punch definitely above their weight. I would say, given their $30 price point, I think that is the right price to set for something like this. So I don't know who exactly said this online, but I agree with it. There are no bad products, only bad prices. So basically what that means is if you think something is a bad product, it's because it's actually priced too high relative to the quality of the item that you're getting. So you could think of a very badly, poorly designed product. If it were very cheap, then you'd be much more forgiving of its flaws, and vice versa. The higher the price of a product, you're expecting a lot more for it to make it worth it to you. So I think the $30 price range for this is fantastic. You get more than what I think the $30 would be worth. So if you need a cheap pair of headphones that is cheap in price but has a lot of features and like does everything like above average, I would say definitely check out these Cinpusen. I guess that's how you pronounce that. The UG-01. They come in 3 different colors. There's this black pair. There's one with red accents here, but I think everything else is the same. And then there's one with green accents. I don't think there's any difference. The prices are all the same as well. So pick up whatever color combination that you prefer. Splurge on a higher end for maybe your home setup, but maybe you need a pair just for your work. And you don't want to get like a crappy pair, but you also, don't want to spend a lot of money. Definitely check these guys out. And once again, huge thanks to Cinpusen for sending these guys in for review. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.